Back again, guys. We're going to talk a little bit about everyday carry knives today, the different categories and some price points, and why selecting this tool is very important to your everyday carry, and generally why you need one or why you don't need one. Before you go out and buy one of these, check your local laws, your state laws, as well as your work policies if you do plan on carrying it with you. So we'll go through, I think we'll start with the Spyderco's. Over here we got the Grasshopper. This is an all stainless, folds out to be about 4 inches when it's closed. It's probably about, I'd say, 2.5 to 3 inches. The steel, I don't know if you can see, it's marked on there. This is 8CR MOV 13, I'm sorry, 8CR 13 MOV, which is the same steel that the Persistence is made out of. This one's going to end up being around $15 depending on where you get it. It's a little bit hard to open and close one-handed, but if you don't want something real big, it's a solid piece of kit. Next, Spyderco Persistence G10 handle, 2.75 inch blade. I'd say it's about 5.5 opened up. It's a good solid blade, stainless, not too bad, around $35. Over here we've got the K-Bar Gila folder. I could be wrong on the steel. I think it's 440 steel. Could be 420 steel. It's not stamped on there. One-handed openings pretty easy, and closing, liner lock, G10 scales right there. Good solid clip. It doesn't ride too high, it rides pretty deep, so you can conceal it. Overall, it's a pretty big knife. I'm going to say about 8 inches opened up, 3.5 inch blade around there. With the big knives, we've got the CRKT M1604Z 4-inch blade Tonto. This is going to be AUS 6 or AUS 8 steel, one of the two. Zytel glass-filled handle, double lock. Got the back lock here, and we've got the liner lock. It's kind of difficult to close one-handed, but definitely ease of access to open it one-handed. Great knife, pretty big, nice and slim though, and this actually does ride a little bit higher because of the clip, but it's a good knife for the price. I think this is around $40. The other one we're going to show here, as far as tactical folders, Smith & Wesson folder here, assisted opening. This is one of the M&P series. I used this heavily for a long time before I really got into knives. And this is going to end up being, I think, 440 steel, which leads me to believe that the K-Bar is actually 420 because the steel is much better on the K-Bar than the Smith & Wesson. It's a good work and utility knife. It's not great for everyday carry, but it does have the serrations. You can get this in many different blade configurations, or with serrations or without. It's a solid knife if you don't want to pay too much. I think it's around $30 or $40. We'll go to fixed blades next. We have, first of all, CRKT Dogfish with the Kydex sheath. Good solid steel. Got about a 1 3/4 blade, paracord wrap. I believe this is AUS 6 or AUS 8 steel, typically what CRKT uses on their mid-price models. This will run about $15-20. It's a good knife. The Kydex sheath, it's not a bad value for the price. Jumping up in price a little bit, we'll go to, this is the Boker Plus Rhino, Kydex sheath, of course. This is 12C27 Sandvik, one of the sharpest knives I've ever seen out of the box. Good, solid construction. It's got the G10 scaled handle, and it just fits nice in the hand. And I believe that's about a 3-inch blade, the way they have it set up there. It's also got the lanyard. Next, we'll move to another fixed blade. I just recently got this as well. Have this wrapped in paracord. It's not a Kydex sheath, but it's similar. I would just say it's a plastic sheath. And this is a K-Bar Zombie knife here. I forget which model this is exactly, but it's a good solid steel construction, stainless. It's got the black matte finish on there. It's not a bad steel. I believe it's the same as the K-Bar Gila folder, which would be 420 steel. But this could actually be 8CR 13 MOV. I'm not sure, but price point on this is about around the same as the CRKT Dogfish, around 15 bucks. Moving to a different type of everyday carry knife, we'll go to more of the classic, classy folders here. And again, these are pretty large and pretty small. This is an old-timer folder. It's a simple knife. Again, not the most open-friendly with one hand, and I'm not even going to try to open that with one hand. But it's got a 3-inch blade. It's no case, but the construction's good, and it's a sharp knife. I would be willing to say it's 440 steel. Over here, we've got a Winchester Stockman knife, and this is a very sharp knife. I would argue to say that this is 440 or 420 stainless. Wood construction. It's tough. I whittle with this one actually a lot. We'll move up to the other old timer. This is actually one of the bigger folders I have that's in this style. I don't have all my knives out here, but this is the Schrade old timer. First production run. I'm not sure what the model is on this, but it's got nice wood construction with the brass bolsters. I would say this is 440 or 420 steel. That's typically what they used on these ones. It's a good solid knife. Leather sheath. Price point for that and these two, I think the Winchester is about 20. The old timer is around 20, and I believe this one's around 40. Lastly, for the bigger folders over here, this is the Browning, and this is a nice folder. It's got the brass construction with the oak handle here. This is 12C 27 Sandvik Swedish steel. Very sharp knife out of the box, as was the Boker with the same steel. Nylon sheath. Very solid construction on the knife and the sheath. Price point for this, I believe, was around $30. Lastly, for more of the classy, typical folders, I have the Opinel number 6. This one actually is, signed by Cody Lundeen from Dual Survival when I did a little bit of training with him, so this is knife special to me. I don't really use it all that much. Price point for the Opinel number 6 is around 10 bucks. If you're a hiker, everyday carry knife for you could be one of these two Moras. This is the Mora Clipper carbon steel, 1095, high carbon. These are amazing knives for the price. Of course, I've got the one with the rubber handle here, which is the OD green one. These are almost full tang. About a 4-inch blade, rubber handle. Then I've got my custom Mora Classic number 2, and I've got a patina that I put on there, as well as the handle here, redwood handle. Same steel as the other one. It's the same knife, just with a different handle and a different sheath. Of course, I've got my fire starter on there, and then I've also got a backup knife, a small skinning knife, because I do a lot of hiking, a lot of bushcraft, which leads me to the last knives here. I'll go, and these would be more hiking, bushcraft knives. The classic K-Bar, and this is going to end up being carbon steel 1095, leather wrapped handle, made in Olean, New York. 4 or 4.5 inch blade. Great construction on the knife. Price point for that is around $100. So I'll put this one over here so we can get to the others. This is a custom fire starter that goes with this knife when I use it. This is the Condor Bush Lore 1095 high carbon steel. I've customized it a little bit. Put some scales on the back there, you can see those. In a lanyard, price point for this, about 4.5 inch handle. They do make a smaller model. It's around $45. Smaller models around $25. Well, we've got 2 miscellaneous knives here. Frost Cutlery. I know it's not a great name, and I really frown upon most of their products, but this is one of the Big Game Hunter series. I put a leather sheath on here. Of course, a little custom burning work on there. It's a good whittling knife. Not great for batoning, whereas this is great for batoning as well as the K-bar if you want to do that, but I like to keep that one pretty. Then these are great for batoning as well. The Frost I wouldn't say, even though it's full tang. I wouldn't suggest it because cracking the handle the way the rivets are. And here we've got a smaller 440 stainless fixed blade. It's a Mustang brand. It's not a real popular knife because I haven't seen a whole lot of these. Got this in Niagara Falls, but it is full tang, very thick construction. I use this a lot for skinning and processing food, whereas the others would be for wood processing. So depending on whether you're a hiker, outdoorsman, or if you like a classy style of knife or a tactical folder, this is an overview.